In a city where every sunrise glitters on super yachts and every sunset melts into champagne gold, there exists a rare class of women whose lives define elegance, influence, and eternal grace. They are the women of Monaco. Heirs, princesses, CEOs, designers, philanthropists, and dreamers, who rule the Riviera not through power alone, but through poise. They walk where marble meets sea, where diamonds meet daylight, where luxury becomes language. Monaco may be small, but its women are monumental. The Princess of Grace. Every story in Monaco begins with one name, Grace Kelly. Hollywood royalty turned real royalty. She redefined what it meant to live beautifully. Her wedding to Prince Rainier III in 1956 transformed the principality into the global capital of glamour. Her life and legend still lingers in every rose petal of the gardens that bear her name. The Palais Princier still carries her touch. Chandeliers reflecting her laughter, portraits painted in golden hues, and closets lined with couture from Dior, Balenciaga, and Givenchy. Grace Kelly's presence made Monaco more than a tax haven. She made it a kingdom of grace itself. Today, her spirit lives on in her daughter Princess Caroline and granddaughter Charlotte Casiraghi, both icons of modern European refinement. The heirs of elegance. Princess Caroline of Hanover, diplomat, philanthropist, and style matriarch, inherited her mother's elegance and her father's strength. Her home on the Avenue de la Costa is a museum of personal taste. 18th century art, antique French mirrors, and terraces scented with gardenia. Her days are filled with charity galas, ballet rehearsals, and quiet lunches overlooking the harbor. When she appears at the Monte Carlo Opera or the Red Cross Ball, she doesn't walk, she glides. Her daughter, Charlotte Casiraghi, represents the new Monaco, intellectual, fearless, and free. A philosopher by education and Chanel ambassador by passion, Charlotte spends her mornings riding horses along the Riviera cliffs and her evenings hosting literary salons in candle-lit villas. Her wardrobe mixes haute couture with simplicity, linen shirts, tailored blazers, pearls, and confidence. She's not merely an heiress, she's Monaco's modern muse. The visionary rulers of business beyond the royal lineage, Monaco's women dominate its boardrooms and skyline. Tatiana Santo Domingo, the Colombian Monegasque fashion entrepreneur, embodies quiet opulence. Her brand, Muzungu Sisters, promotes ethical luxury. Silk caftans, hand-woven fabrics, jewelry made by global artisans. Her life is an art piece. Yachts in summer, chalets in Gstaad in winter, and philanthropy woven into every gesture. There's Monica Bacardi, film producer and heiress to the Bacardi empire. Her penthouse above Larvado Beach is lined with Italian marble, baccarat crystal, and panoramic windows that reflect the Riviera like liquid glass. Her days shift between private jet meetings in Los Angeles and red carpet premieres in Cannes, yet she always returns to Monaco, her fortress of style. The artist of luxury art breathes through Monaco's women. Marina Picasso, granddaughter of the master himself, lives in a hillside villa filled with her grandfather's work, paintings, sketches, sculptures, all bathed in Mediterranean light. She continues his legacy through charity and art therapy for children, hosting small exhibitions where canvas meets compassion. Then there's Daphne Guinness, fashion icon and Monaco resident who turns couture into performance. Her wardrobe is a gallery, Alexander McQueen gowns, jeweled heels sculpted like architecture, and corsets made of silver thread. At night, she performs at the Monte Carlo Gala for Planetary Health, diamonds glittering like constellations against the Riviera sky. In Monaco, even art collectors live like artists. Palaces by the sea. Their homes are temples of beauty. Behind unmarked gates in Le Rocher, Fontvieille, and Larvado stand villas that combine Mediterranean architecture with modern serenity. Infinity pools reflect endless horizons. Italian gardens hide terraces scented with jasmine and lemon. Inside, design meets history. Versailles chandeliers above minimal marble, art from Venice beside furniture from Milan. Bedrooms open to private balconies where morning light spills like champagne. Each residence tells a story of legacy, intellect, and the feminine mastery of space. Some live in the Tour Odeon, Monaco's most luxurious skyscraper, where penthouses have private spas, cinema rooms, and elevators that open directly into sky gardens. Others, like the royals, inhabit palaces older than memory, guarded by marble lions and time. Fashion, diamonds, and destiny. Monaco's women wear luxury the way artists wear color, effortlessly, meaningfully. At Monte Carlo Fashion Week, they sit front row in custom Chanel and Valentino. At charity galas, gowns shimmer with Swarovski constellations, and jewelry tells history. Tiaras once worn by queens, bracelets forged for royalty. The boutiques of Avenue des Beaux-Arts are their playgrounds. Cartier, Bulgari, Hermès, Dior. Personal stylists select ensembles days before events. Chauffeurs glide between fittings and galleries in silent Bentleys. But true style here is less about brands, more about aura, elegance as second nature. The Riviera routine mornings begin with Pilates overlooking the sea, followed by cappuccinos at Café de Paris, where conversations drift between art, horses, and global diplomacy. Afternoons mean yacht sails to Cap Ferrat or quick flights to Milan for fittings. Evenings bring candlelit dinners at Le Louis XV, champagne and crystal flutes, and charity auctions under marble arches. Yet amid all this splendor lies purpose. Monaco's women are patrons of causes, from environmental protection to children's education. Princess Charlene's foundation funds swimming programs for underprivileged kids. Tatiana Santo Domingo supports sustainable crafts. Monica Bacardi finances ocean conservation projects. Their elegance isn't only aesthetic, it's ethical. The royal events. The highlight of every summer is the Monte Carlo Red Cross Ball, where royalty, billionaires, and movie stars dance under chandeliers worth millions. Women arrive in gowns that could rival galaxies, silk, diamonds, and design fused into living art. Across the harbor, the Amber Lounge Gala turns Formula One into a fashion runway, where heiresses and models raise funds with champagne smiles. And then there's the Bal de la Rose, Monaco's most magical night. Every year it honors Grace Kelly's memory, a ballroom filled with roses, pearls, and music that drifts like perfume. Each woman shines not for attention but for tradition, carrying a legacy that began with a Hollywood star and became European history. The cars and the craft luxury here doesn't roar, it purrs. Custom Rolls-Royce Phantoms, Aston Martins, and Bentley Continentals glide along the Riviera streets. Some own electric Maybachs or Ferrari Romas, painted in pastel tones to match their villas. The parking garages themselves resemble art galleries, floors polished like glass, scents diffused with white musk. Each vehicle is more than status, it's expression. Leather interiors stitched with family crests, seat embroidery matching their couture palettes. Driving through Monaco becomes performance, not necessity. Philanthropy in diamond gloves. While the world sees glamour, Monaco's women quietly move millions for good. Princess Caroline's Amaid Foundation builds schools across Africa. Charlotte Casiraghi funds literary programs and equestrian therapy. Tatiana supports women's cooperatives in Latin America. Their galas raise more than champagne toasts, they raise futures. They prove that luxury and compassion can coexist, that beauty becomes deeper when it uplifts others. The sound of serenity. At twilight, when the harbor lights flicker and the yachts hum softly, Monaco's women retreat into privacy. Balconies glow like halos above the Mediterranean. Soft jazz drifts through marble corridors. Inside, silk gowns hang in closets like artwork, and perfumes of rose, oud, and vanilla mix with ocean air. They read, they paint, they pray, they dream. Their nights are calm, their worlds perfectly arranged. Proof that true wealth isn't noise but harmony. The eternal Grace generations after Grace Kelly's final bow, her spirit still defines Monaco's women. grace without effort, confidence without arrogance, luxury without chaos. They live where sea meets starlight, where art meets soul, where elegance meets eternity. They don't follow trends, they create them. They don't chase fame, they embody it. And while their diamonds may dazzle, it's their discipline, their restraint, their refinement that makes them divine. The Riviera reign. From palaces to penthouses, from catwalks to yachts, the women of Monaco remain the silent architects of the principality's perfection. They are what keeps the city glowing, the heartbeat behind every chandelier, the elegance behind every headline, the beauty that never fades. Monaco may be known for its billionaires, but it's ruled by its women. Queens without crowns, artists without brushes, legends without end. They are not just living luxury, they are luxury.